You know that moment when you see a car so stunning that you can't take your eyes off it? That feeling you get, a mix of excitement, awe, and wow, I have to know more about this. That's exactly what we're diving into today. What you're about to experience is not just another car video, where we talk about specs and numbers and move on. No, we're going on a journey into what makes this spectacular yellow machine not just beautiful, but insanely fascinating as an engineering marvel and a lifestyle piece. You're going to see this car from angles most people skip. You're going to learn secrets about its design, its power, and the surprising way it feels on the road. And by the time we're finished, you'll understand why some cars are labeled objects of obsession, and others are simply called dreams on wheels. Picture this: a car that doesn't just reflect light, but seems to draw light toward itself. A car whose color isn't just yellow. It's a shade that changes with the sun, glowing gold in morning brightness, intense under midday rays, and almost fiery at sunset. We're not playing with filters or editing tricks. This color, this bold, vibrant yellow, changes how you feel when you look at it. It's not just paint, it's a statement. Engineers and designers spend years debating every line on a car's surface, because every curve affects how the air flows around it. And with this car, from the moment you glance at the front fascia, your eyes are guided along sculpted contours that aren't just about beauty, they're about performance. The air channels, the sleek hood, the aggressive stance, all of it is designed to handle air like a dance partner, smoothly, confidently, and with precision. Some cars simply sit pretty, but this one communicates strength and agility just by standing still. Now let's talk about what's under that hood, because this is where the magic truly begins. This is more than metal and cylinders. This is the beating heart of the machine. What lies beneath is an engine that makes your pulse quicken, even before you hear a single roar. Each component inside is intentionally placed with purpose. From the intake system that draws in massive amounts of air like lungs craving oxygen, to the high-performance turbocharging that boosts power in a way that feels almost electric. This is not a quiet cruiser. This is a statement of performance. And listen, real power isn't just about numbers on a page. Yes, horsepower and torque figures are important, but the real story is how that power feels when it's delivered. People often talk about how fast a car is, but the real question is, how does it make you feel when you experience that speed? The instant throttle response, the punch in your back when you accelerate, the growl that isn't just sound, it's emotion. Cars like this are designed so that when you press the pedal, your mind and body react before your brain even processes what's happening. That's engineering influence at its finest. Let's move inside. Once you open the door and settle into the seat, the outside world fades. There's a serenity here that contrasts dramatically with the aggressive exterior. You're surrounded by elegant materials and thoughtful design choices. The seats aren't just comfortable. They're crafted to hold you firmly, even when the road twists unpredictably. The stitching, the ergonomics, the way the seat cradles you, this is comfort with purpose. It's luxury that doesn't distract you from performance. It enhances it. And then there's the dashboard, the nerve, center of your connection to the machine. Everything has its place, as if the car itself knows what you need before you do. The screens are vibrant, the controls intuitive, and the responsiveness instant. Technology here isn't a gimmick. It's a tool, a bridge between human intention and mechanical execution. Some cars flood you with gadgets that confuse you. But here, every feature feels natural, necessary, and precise. Now, imagine yourself driving. The car wraps around you, snug yet liberating. You grip the wheel, not just because you have to, but because you want to. You anticipate what's coming next. The engine hums with eagerness, ready to leap at the slightest command. You steer, and the car responds, not with hesitation, not with delay, but with a kind of enthusiastic precision that makes you feel like an extension of the machine itself. Take a moment and think about how rare that experience is. Most machines, Cars, phones, gadgets try to be helpful. They try to be quick. But very few wrap around your intentions so perfectly that you forget you're operating a machine at all. That's what this car does. Now, let's talk about the sound. Some cars are quiet. Some cars make noise. And then there are cars that speak. They don't just produce sound waves. They communicate a presence. When this car starts, it doesn't whisper. It announces itself. The exhaust notes are carefully tuned, deep, assertive, almost musical. It's not about being loud for no reason. It's about creating an auditory experience that feels alive. The engine sound becomes a rhythm, and when you hit the road, that rhythm fuels your emotions. You know, people often say that cars are just tools, machines built for transportation. But that's a narrow way of thinking. A car like this becomes a companion. It shares moments with you. Adrenaline, calm drives, road trips, city cruises at night. It forms a kind of memory imprint with every journey you take. That's the difference between a functional vehicle and something that becomes part of your identity. Keep in mind, this car isn't just about raw power or fancy materials. It's about balance. It's about a machine that's just as confident on a long open highway as it is responsive on winding roads. It's about a car that gives you confidence, without arrogance and performance, without compromise. Think about how this car makes you feel just by watching this video. Your attention is captured, your curiosity piqued, and your imagination fired up. That's not accidental. That's by design. Designers, engineers, and creators worked for years to produce something that doesn't just get you from point A to point B, but moves you emotionally along the way. When we talk about cars that matter, we talk about more than specs. We talk about connection. We talk about emotion. We talk about legacy. Some cars are forgettable. Some are enjoyable. And some, the rare ones, become unforgettable experiences that you remember years later. Every time you see a photo, every time you hear that engine start, you recall the feeling. That's what we're doing here today. And now, as we reach the end of our ride together, remember this. Cars like this are more than machines. They are expressions of creativity, passion, and ambition. They are a blend of art and science, and they remind us that motion, at its highest expression, can be an emotional experience as much as a mechanical one. If you've enjoyed this ride, if this car captured your imagination as it did mine, then stick with me. There's so much more ahead, from tests on actual roads to comparisons with other machines in this class. This is just the beginning of a conversation that's only going to get more exciting. Thank you for watching, and make sure you stay tuned because next up, we're taking this car out where it truly belongs, on the open road.